First of all, I think your analysis was very straight line. History doesn't run in a straight line.
Kid, you cannot tell your neighbor he is stealing ducks when you are stealing fowls.
As High Commissioner, I was wrong. As Charandas Prasad, I reacted naturally how any person would have.
I did not come here for that kind of abuse. I did not come here for that kind of abuse. If you're going to go down that road, I'll walk off.
But it's all okay once they're talking. If they were talking, I could not have been here today.
You got ADHD.
I got that.
Calm down.
I think I've done enough in terms of taking our team out of trouble from losing.
Come on, Lou Taylor. That's good. I'm reading the script now, and the first person that comes to my mind to play a detective,
Yes,
but
the
an
Chinese critic.
erratic
Mikhail
detective, is Mikhail Rodriguez.
Why an African slap an Indian? Why a man and slap a woman? Look, how you deal with that? You deal with that.
We must encourage platforms like this because it brings together different people and allows for discussions to take place in our country on a multiplicity of fundamental issues.
Gildarie, you apologizing for something you think I did is wrong. I don't want you to do that, and you should not have done that. Time you join us. Welcome to the program. It's named the Gildarie Freddie Kissoon Show. It's hosted by well-known journalist Leonard Gildarie and myself. We're entering our 20th month, and we thank you for your patronage. Once again, if you just join us, this is the Gildarie Freddie Kissoon Show. It's a live program. Live. Just pick up your smartphone, go to your smart TV, and go to YouTube or Guyanese Critic Facebook page, or type in TBN Guyana, and you will see the program live. As usual on Friday, it's a call-in program. I will have my say once the phones are not ringing. Once the phone rings, then I will break for my commentary to take the calls, because the calls are the priority in the call-in program. Now, the numbers are on the screen, and my cell phone number is on the screen there, 614-5927. So call us on the landline, call us on my cell phone, and we will chat about anything and everything under the sun, the moon, and the stars involving Guyana, the Caribbean, and the wider world. Anything you want to talk about that's happening anywhere in the world, this program is to provide people with the need to say what is on their mind. Some people do not want their 15 minutes of fame. Some people do not want fame at all, but they have something. Let's take this call. Very early call. Hello, good evening.
Hi, Freddie.
Yep.
Yeah, let me ask you some questions now. Abel here. Tell me what you want.
Who's Abel?
Abel, sit around. Well, no.
Yes. What is it?
Freddie, let me ask you some questions, man. Like, it seems that you succumb to certain things. You're born down to certain things. And you used to respect yourself. I feel you're not respecting yourself. That's certain things. Do you feel those things that you're doing, trying to conquer, or trying to neglect, or trying to take down people, is good? Hello?
You finish?
Yeah, that's straight give you.
Okay, thanks. Thanks for calling. Good. So, I don't know that gentleman anyway. I can't remember his name. But call in and let us hear what you have to say. The numbers are on the screen: 231 28 29 82, and my phone number is on the screen. So let's hear what you have to say, and make it brief, not more than 3 minutes. So let's talk before the phone rings. This is the first time we've had such an early call. I don't know who that person is, and that person doesn't sound too rational. But this is the problem with calling. Now, there's a call. Hello, good evening. Good evening.
Yes, this is Mr. Kissoon.
Yes, sir.
Okay, my question is, why are the prices of vegetables and fruits in Guyana so expensive? Explain that to me.
That's it?
Yeah, would you like to explain? And also, why is coconut water so expensive? I can get a beer that's cheaper than coconut water in Guyana. Can someone explain these prices to me? Why are things so expensive? The common man can't afford these simple, basic fruits and vegetables that is going right in this country. You have foreign stuff coming into Guyana, selling cheaper or almost at par with the price of stuff that is going right here in Guyana. I find this is ridiculous. Something has to be done about it. Would you like to explain that for us?
Yeah, sure. I'll take you off. I'll take you off the air now, right?
Yeah, that's fine. Thank you very much.
Okay. Bye. Well, this caller wants to know why vegetables and fruits and coconut water are so expensive. I cannot deny that. I mean, it's a manifestation of reality. I am on record on this program, and I am on record in my column in the Chronicle. I did not agree with the water taxi not being able to raise their fee by $100, and I do not agree that the minibus and the hire car people and the other transportation people should not be allowed to increase their fee, because the money that they earn a year ago to buy goods and services have gone up. So they're entitled, like any one of us, to an increase. When, if you are a mechanic, let's take this call. Hello?
Are you Freddie?
Yeah?
The question the man is asking is, why is it that the water coconut price is so high? Is that about transportation?
No, I'm coming up to that. If you listen, you will see. I'm answering the.
Let's come to the point.
I'm answering the question, sir.
A calling program. If you're going to do that means you deny your to ask questions.
I'm answering the question, sir.
Okay.
Good, thanks. So I was answering the question. So I think goods have gone up. Vegetables, fruits, and everything have gone up. So I would not deny that. I would think there are a number of factors, and those factors have been explained before on this program. I think there is an international linkage. There are goods and imported things and ship transportation that have gone up. I remember the Minister of Public Works explaining how much it costs for a container to come here, and that price went up double. So I think, in all fairness to the economy of Guyana, it has an international linkage, and there are rising costs of things that occurred during the COVID. Let's take this call. As I said before, the calls are important. This is a night for the calls. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah. Could you speak up?
Huh?
Yes, sir. Could you speak up a bit?
Yeah, we watching this program from yesterday.
You have to speak up. Hello?
Yeah, Mr. Watching this program from yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm watching Mr. Freddie Kissoon speak about tax.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to look at now, right, that if them taxi man rate, government worker traveling with them and they're paying a rate, we're going to be coming here economy again. You see?
I could hardly hear you. I heard the other callers. I can hardly hear you.
Yeah, well,
Yeah. Keep talking as loud as that.
yeah, so, if you know, it's convenient, you know, things like what people talk about, so rate taxi and so the economy right now, that's in a way low. Most government workers traveling with transport. You don't have to pay more.
All right. Thanks.
Yeah. And then you see the next thing like the region, right? Not the region too, you know, just private sector at well, poor class and people are belong to the government.
All right. We got a problem here. I'm hearing you. I know our viewers can hear you, but I am hardly hearing you. Thanks for coming through.
You too.
Thanks. Good. So let's get back to my explanation. As I said before last week when I was here, this is the program where people air their views. The guy wants to know why a coconut water is so expensive. I acknowledge that. He wants to know why fruits and vegetables are so expensive. As I said before, several times on this program, people have explained from the COVID onward, there have been a change in the pricing system around the world, and it is still with us. That's one explanation. I think definitely a second explanation for fruits and vegetables is the weather we've been having since October. Maybe before October, there was no. Let's take this call. Good evening.
Hi, good evening, sir. Well, quick thing. Last week, or whatever I was calling from, I would have spoken about the corruption that I'm suspecting in Guyana, especially in the Ministry of Housing. And I can legally say that I have seen an official from the Ministry of Housing be dismissed because of corruption. So my position was justified then, and it's justified now. Thank you very much. Good luck and goodbye.
Okay, sir. Thanks. Yeah. So I think the weather also has something to do with that. Let's take this call. I can't believe this. So early we got these calls. Good evening.
Hello, Mr. Freddie.
Yes, just speak a little bit louder, sir. Very loud.
Yeah, Mr. Freddie.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Yeah.
I saw the government give decrease to all government employees. And they say the president is saying about one Guyana. Oh yeah, one Guyana. So my question is about how about the private sector? What the private sector is getting from the government? They're not getting nothing. Right? My recommendation is that why does the government at the end of the year, when he's giving out all the increases to everyone, the pensioner, the government employee and everybody, why don't you say, okay, the private sector employees, why you don't give them 1 month of tax-free wages for 1 month? They don't pay no taxes of the government. And then you're gonna be can say, oh, this is one Guyana.
Okay, sir. Thanks for coming through, right?
Okay.
Bye-bye. Hello?
That last caller, he doesn't know what this one Guyana momentum. If we're bringing our people together, what he's doing is that he's trying to say, listen, the government should be equal. If you're home and you get a land and you don't want to plant, so the president go and plant your land. There's so much people in Barbados, Esquibo, Demerara, in 3 counties that could plant land, but they don't want to plant. They feel the government should get a handout because the opposition is saying you get oil. Because you have oil, you have a free money to give. All they're saying is what the opposition is saying. And what they're doing is like these so-called Facebook influencers, global influencers, that telling Guyana, listen, Guyana have to work, man. I you stay home. That the government get your money every day. Stay home, my government have some money on you. It's totally incorrect. If we could pick up a spade, we could pick up a farm, we could pick up a shovel, and go right in the backyard and plant one plant. We're going to be so healthy when it's up. We don't got to listen for those social influencers, and that is what is taking us apart. Because we as Guyanese, we are so uneducated that we listen to people from America. And those in America that we listen to, they live in this basement. They don't have nothing to give to anybody. They're living in basements. And we can plant and send food for them. And that's what I want to see. Thanks to Dave's fooding that's carrying things from Guyana to New York, freshly that they could eat. Because we are struggling here. And Freddie, you're a big man, I'm a very young man, and what I do not appreciate, when Guyanese come on board and say government gives them nothing, under the Ministry of Agriculture, so much is being done for this country that we're going to feed the Caribbean with food. And yet Guyanese are criticizing. Yet we're criticizing, I don't know why.
Okay.
I don't know what's the reason we're criticizing. The reason why we're criticizing, we leave and we want government money. That's all.
Okay. That's it? That's it? Hello? Oh, he's gone off the line. Okay. Now, when we had the call-in last week, I bought this booklet with me. I bought this book. I got it from the traffic chief. Let's take this call. Hello?
Hi, good night, Freddie.
Good evening, man.
Good night. Yes, I want to make 3 quick points. No. Hello, good night.
Yeah, you're on the air, yeah.
Yes, I want to make 3 quick points. I'm 1,000,000% against what the Israelis are doing, right? But these Hamas leaders that sit in Beirut with all these billions of dollars, they know they don't have no harm. They would go there and they would kill society with these Jews, and they put these Palestinian lives at risk for all this stuff. The second thing I want to say is that they keep blaming Israel. Israel is not to blame for this. America and United Kingdom is to be blamed for this. They're the ones that fund these people, and you know who funds America? The taxpayers, people that live in all these multinational, Guyanese, Americans, Arabs, Muslims. And I finally would like to say to you, Freddie, you're doing a great job. But you need to get with the times, though. You need to get a smartphone so people could call in on WhatsApp. Have a good night, sir.
I know. Thanks. Hello?
A very good evening.
Yes. Good evening, sir.
And Happy New Year.
Yeah. Same to you. I hope you have a interesting and rewarding 2024. 2024.
Yes, sir, and to you, and to the listeners, etc. However, my concern is that we had in the budget for 2023 pertaining to how much billions of dollars. I can't recall, it was so much, and the amount. And then we went back and take more money. My concern is that the amount of billions of dollars that was taken from what was passed in the National Assembly pertaining to budget and pertaining to expenditure. We have 365 days a year in this country. And when you check it, we spending over 3-point-something billion or 4-point-something billion dollars every day in this country. Forgive me for what I'm saying here. Is it spending in this country or it's spending in some other country? There's one question. Where are we heading at time? You feel comfortable in this place? you feel comfortable as a citizen in a country that looking through bars through you when you like you're in prison. And we spending millions of dollars when the day come in this country. Maybe you check it and see 365 days a year, and you check and see the budget. And this country still rule as a third world country. Third world country. Where you turn on your water, where you turn on your pipe. Let me be honest. When we turn on our pipe in our home, you can't tell me because I know what type you live in. What kind of water coming through the pipe? And this happening for over 50-something years in this country.
Saul, don't speak for me. You said you know where you're living. That is not true. Look, make your point, but don't speak for other people. There have been serious improvement in the water supply and in the color of the water. If you're having a problem with your water, then say that. But you said you know where I live, and I am where I live. For the past 18 years, the water is quite perfect, and that's factual and that's straightforward. Any other point?
This is what I'm saying. I said check where you're living. When you check where you're living, and then you could check and see the water. Check other places. When you check other places and see if it's the same water you're getting all over. And this was happening for how much years? Billions of Guyana dollars, taxpayers' money, is spending on our country. Check and see how much billions of dollars spent every day in this country and where we are headed.
Okay,
wait, one more thing.
Yeah.
Man asked you to explain the situation of a coconut water that is selling for 300 Guyana dollars or more. And answer now be here the explanation as yet. Thank you so much, sir.
Okay. Are you there? Are you there? Okay, the program is for people like him to call in and say what is on their mind. If I take 5 minutes to answer people's question, then 5 questions will take 20 minutes. That means 20 minutes are gone. 20 minutes are assigned to me when those 20 minutes should be for people like him who call in and make their point. He called in and he made the point about billions being spent about water. Now, if I reply to him and tell him and ask him and show him where the billions are being spent in education, UG will be free soon, it takes up about 5 minutes and people want to get through. So I will answer the questions once the phones are not ringing, because the ultimate objective of the Friday night call-in program is to give people a chance to say what they want to say. It could be anti-government, it could be pro-government, it could be subjective, it could be objective. A guy calling to say that you don't agree what the Israelis doing to Gaza, but you have to look at what's happening. It's the Americans that are supporting the Israel. He wanted to call in and make his point, and he made his point. That guy that just called in about water, about billions spending, he's a pessimist. He calls in every Friday, and he sees nothing right. But the program gives him a platform to offer his viewpoints. Now, if there are no calls coming in, I will answer your questions. But my methodology is once I am speaking and the calls are coming in, I will give preference to the calls, because people don't want to hear me. They want to air their views. They want to air their interpretations. Good evening.
Hello?
Yes, you're on the Gildarie Freddie Kissoon show.
There's no calls coming in, but let's start this scenario to sports.
To what?
Sports.
Yeah.
Under the previous government, in 5 years, it's nothing nothing to develop young people. Nothing was done to improve drums. Nothing was done to improve sport under the previous 5 years. And I can say this because Ferreira, Christopher Jones, they did for themselves. Under this government, soon as they took office, so much of ground, like rehabilitation to ground for billions, through this country has been done by Charles Ramsden. And yet, no one sees it as development. They see it like politically. I don't know how APNU or PNC is working or how they see things. To me, they have to be proper too. They need to see somebody to look after them. Yeah, you say. Look what Charles Ramsden has done for sport. Christopher Jones, as director of sports, did nothing to improve in sports. Nothing. Go in Region 5, Region 6, Region 4, and you will see what Charles Ramsden has done under this government. Under the previous government, nothing done to improve young people. That's why young people is going astray. And Freddie, I want to give kudos for certain things. To stand up to ensure that people's voices will be heard. Because of the previous government, nobody could attack. They shut you down. They shut you down and they attack. And that was one of them, Christopher Jones. And I want to appeal to young people today. Look at the status of your village. Look at the status of your sports ground. Look at the status of where sports is going. And tell yourself in 2025 who you're going to vote for, because 2025 is not far. 2025 election, tell yourself, but if you go to BNC, you're wasting your vote. They don't get nothing. They're not even educated. They don't even know about math. Nothing. So I just want to appeal on this program. Young people know where you're going. This government will give you a direction to go where you have to go. And Freddie, I want to applaud you to allow me to speak so much. And thank you.
Okay, thanks. Pleasant 2024 to you. Okay, this is our Friday call-in program. Call in and say what is on your mind. You are not restricted in criticizing any actor, any politician, once you keep it within the limits of pleasant grammar or non-insulting grammar, and stay away from libel. You may not have the right opinion, but you have the right to your opinion. And so call in and let's talk. As I said before when I was here last week, I will answer the questions, but once the phones are ringing, the person who wants to have a say may come off because they're not getting through. So call in and ask your questions, and I'll try to answer. I'll try to give my interpretation. Let us take this call. Hello?
Thank you.
Hello?
Hello?
Yes, you're on the air. You're live and people are listening to you right now, all over the world.
Problem. I'm Eva.
Pardon me?
Over 10 years now. I said I got a spraying all over the place in the street, breaking up the barbie. It's raining all over. And I mean, she housing is not doing anything about it.
This is where?
Farm, home and garden. And he's banking housing street.
Well, all I can say is that I hope something is done. We've been running this program for 19 months, and we've had dozens of call-in programs, and I just feel some of those things need to be solved, and it's not rocket science. But at least we have achieved one and two things, like somebody called in about a number of goats tied at the police station in a dispute, and the goats weren't being fed. And because of the program, after that, the goats were released. But anything else, sir?
No, just know what I'm complaining about.
I just saw how long this been going on.
Quite sometimes over 8 years.
8 years?
In farm on East.
Have you spoke to the NDC?
The place is not handed over to the NDC as yet. We are still with Ministry of Housing, on the Ministry of Housing.
Oh my, I wish you would have called in when the Minister of Housing was here. But we'll have them back. 8 years. That's a long time.
Yeah.
Okay. Bye-bye. Now, last week, when we had the call-in program, I brought this book with me. I didn't walk with it. You don't walk with an inanimate object. You only walk with a person or an animal. So you can't walk with a book or walk with your laptop. You take your book or your laptop with you. So last week, I didn't walk with this book. I brought this booklet with me. I got it directly from the traffic chief. And I read out the offenses that are ticketable, and I told people they could contact me. 7 persons contacted me for this, the parts that carry the offenses that are ticketable. I photocopied it, and 7 people receive it. Just contact me. That's my cell number on the screen, and I will photocopy this and give it to you, and just keep it in your glove compartment. When the police stop you and he or she's being unreasonable, take it out and show them where they are inquiring about an offense you committed that is ticketable. Now here are the ticketable offenses. Driving uncertified motor vehicle. Driving motor vehicle without a driver's license. Failing to produce... Let me take this call. Good evening, sir. You're on to the Gildarie Freddie Kissoon show?
Yes, Freddie. I listened to the last caller that talks about the NDC. How much of us living within the NDC are doing our part to ensure that the NDC is functioning? What we're doing is that we're complaining all the time. Yeah, we pay rates on tax. But when it comes for us to take our initial part of it, we're not doing it. So what they're complaining about is that you got to go to the NDC, and that is why they feel they could blame the government. But there's a structure in government where local authority, regional and central government. I don't know how educated are our people, and I say our because me a Guyanese. When you go to local authority, you go to NDC. Something wrong. The NDC take care of it. When you go regionally, mean something wrong regionally. When you go nationally, something wrong nationally. But what we want now, we as Indian people, we feel as Indian people, hey, you know what? Here for around the country, we get all the rights of Indian people. We don't have to get collect garbage and live there collect. But still we get a right. On the grains that we had a right to expose garbage collection. And we can still do it now. We feel all of a sudden that we're not supposed to do it because we are Indian people run the country. No, it's not like that. And that is why the president is saying, he not run for mass and the people. He's running this country for one Guyana. Every single body. And what our Guyanese, what we Indians are failing, and I say we Indians because we Indians, we are failing to understand that President Ali is not running this country because of Indians. He's running this country because Guyana. It's because Guyana here on the country. He's not running because of Indian. And we Indian nowadays, countryside, I tell myself, you know, hey, what we tell Ali he got to do. No, the president don't have to do that. And that is where the local authorities failing us, failing the government, and failing every single body. Like Georgetown, Mayor City Council, Amsterdam, Mayor City Council. And these are things that are failing. They're failing the government to ensure that there is development. Mr. Kissoon, you would know, and you advocate for that for years, to ensure that citizens do what they have to do to ensure there's a good Guyana. But it's not happening. It's not happening. We in Barbados, we sit down here, feel we can finale because you get everything right. So it's not supposed to happen. We in Linden, we sit down in Linden and say, what? Then by from the opposition, like the Wasteman Norton, would come and say, they only care for your bridge, but we can get a bridge project long time now. He had it on paper, but never had it up. Going let him, they would tell you the same. Chief, we got to educate ourselves. We got to ensure that we know what's going on. And you know what's failing us as Guyanese? We're not educating ourselves. We sit down and wait. Oil money, then we got to get the oil money. You don't get money like that. If you give every single Guyanese, and I will say here, hello? Hello?
Yes, I'm listening to you. You got a couple of seconds more.
Guyanese $1 million tomorrow. Next week, $1 million done, and the rest come back the other week.
No, watch your language, man. You're doing all right so far.
It's a Guyanese language, though, right?
I know. Gildarie used it on the show already. So
I'm sorry about it.
No, it's okay. It's a mild indiscretion. It's not the bad ones.
All right. Next week, I'll beg for next $1 million again.
All right. I think you made your point. All right. I think you made your point.
So, just to explain those points, the Guyanese understand the government is willing to work along with them at every inch, every step of the way.
All right.
Except when they're listening to the opposition who say, give them free money. The opposition never give us anything in 5 years.
All right,
all
so.
They give us was trim.
All right, good. You made your point. You spoke what you wanted to. So good night, right? Yeah, I was the numbers are on the screen. My cell phone is on the screen. It's not a fancy smartphone, but when you call, I can hear you. And I will answer your questions if there are questions, or just call and give your comments. As I said before, the methodology is when there is a call. If there's a comment being made, once there's a call, the call takes priority so people can speak their mind. Now, I was reading this thing here last week, the ticketable offense. Let's take this call. Yes, sir. Go on. You're on the air?
Good night, Mr. Freddie. How are you?
I'm doing all right. I try to do all right throughout my life.
Okay. Happy New Year to you.
Yeah, same to you, man, and your family.
Okay. So, hello. All right. I got one time I call in about a road where I'm living in Irish. I hear me say, they don't make half road. But in my street, they make a half street. And the other half, they make a walkway, and the engineer and the contractor say the government don't have more money for make that. So I would like to know if you would take it up to the minister.
Yes, he's promised us that he will be back in December to take calls. I will ask him if he could come. We didn't get him in. Well, not.
I would like if you
we'll get him. We'll see if we get him in January.
If you could take down the street name is Ramzan Street in Irish and South.
Okay. Now my cell phone is on the screen there. Keep it, and when the minister is facing the calling in the calling program, he has agreed to do a calling program with us, Bishop Warner Jail. Make sure you call me the day before. Okay, don't forget. Keep my cell phone.
Yeah, and one more thing.
Yes, sir.
About this about this supermarket, this Chinese supermarket in quarantine here. When you go there, don't give you a list, a receipt or what you call it when you shop. When you ask them, no, we don't give.
I haven't got a receipt for the thousands of times I have shopped at Chinese supermarket over the years. They just don't give receipt.
Why? Because want to know because you know why they don't give receipt?
Because they don't pay VAT.
When the Chinese they come forward first, when you go in the price, you go into the shelf. If the shelf mark $100 for this item, when you go to the cashier, they charge you $120. And when you talk, they say, we ain't changing the girl, don't change the prices, don't change the prices yet. So that's why they don't give receipt, because when you see the price on the shelf, when you go there, they just knock the computer and then tell you so much.
Well, one of the reasons too is VAT. If you're not subscribing to the VAT system, it won't be in the receipt. So if they give you a receipt, it would show that it has no VAT contribution.
I think the Consumer Affairs Minister or whosoever looking after them or GRE supposed to go around to these people because we are the consumer where we are getting robbed.
All right. Thanks for coming in. Let me take this other call here.
Yeah, all right.
All right, bye. Hello? Hello?
Good evening, Freddie, and Happy New Year.
Same to you, sir, and your family. What's on your mind?
Yeah, my name is Mohammed. I'm in Maryland. I was thinking about this, and I didn't see anybody ever write about this, and I thought you were going to mention this. Regarding the opposition, imagine what would have happened. You know, we have the support of CARICOM and almost every country in the world regarding our the situation with Venezuela.
Yeah.
What would have happened? What would the reaction of CARICOM and all these other countries if the APNU had forced themselves into power in 2020, rigging the election? Would we have had the support of all these people? And that is something to ponder on. I just want to leave it out there because my feeling is that we would not have had the support that we're getting now from all these countries and all these organizations. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks, sir. Thanks. Do call again next Friday. Okay, so we're getting there. This is the first time in the call-in programs the past 19 months. So as soon as we started, we got some calls. Thanks for that. Thanks for your patronage over the years. Now, let me continue to read what are the ticketable offenses. I've got complaints from people in which they have to drive to the station for offenses that all the police rank has to do is to write a ticket. Here are the ticketable offenses. It's contained in this book that the traffic chief gave me, and I suggest you just keep it in the glove compartment. When the guy said so, let's take this call. Hi there. Welcome to the program. You got to lower your volume. Hello?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, come on, let's chat. Hello? Hello? Patience. Hello? Well, he'll try to call again. Good, so here are the ticketable offenses. Please contact me if you don't have a copy. And just keep this, because policemen are stopping motorists for offenses that are ticketable. I know about this because it happened to a friend of mine 2 weeks ago, and I had to call the traffic chief who's on leave, Mr. Stevens, because I couldn't get the traffic chief. Driving uncertified motor vehicle. Driving motor vehicle without a driver's license. Failure to produce a driver's license. Refusing to declare present address. Speeding. Failing to stop when required by the police in uniform. Leaving motor vehicle in a dangerous position. Driving motorcycle without safety helmet. Driving pill and rider without safety helmet. Let's take this call. Good evening.
Hey, good evening. I just want to mention about this, the traffic situation or drive-in when the police stop you.
And I would just want to say I'm from Essequibo Coast. I don't find it much down on the coast, but especially in Georgetown, this seems to be a problem. And I'm just wondering why the police, if you're driving and you have a moving violation, why don't they just give you a ticket and then you can take your chance, either pay the ticket or go to court and have your day in court? I think the authorities are encouraging the policemen to create a chaos situation, because when the policemen stop the poor people, the first thing they're going to tell you is that we got to take this car down to the station. Well, that is a very, very sad situation, because there are three types of people the policemen stop. When they stop a certain set of people, they realize they cannot pull that stuff, and they figure that out very quickly, and that person move on. The second type of person they stop is the very poor man with a family who drive in a car and who doesn't have the money to pay these policemen. And the minute they tell him that we got to take you to the station, it put fear and fright in that poor individual. So the man will have to pay them some money just to get out of that. But if the government say this is a moving violation, the policeman, if you're speeding, you're not wearing your seatbelt or whatever the case may be, give a ticket.
Well, I'm reading the ticketable offenses. People should keep this in the car. Speeding is ticketable.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, I got to compliment you on that. That is something that is very, very valuable. And I'll tell you, I know someone who drives a lot on the coast. It's an elderly person, so I'm going to make sure I get a copy of that.
Yeah. If you look at the program, I have it here, and 7 people have contacted me for it. Once they stop you and they said you were speeding, just say, okay, sir, just give me the ticket. Once they stop you for speeding and you show your documents and you don't have certificate of fitness or you don't have driver's license, they have to give you a ticket. Okay?
Well, I got to tell you, thank you so much. That is a wonderful thing, because you're going to help a lot of people. If you're driving and you do something wrong, you're supposed to be punished. I accept that, but don't threaten the person and put fear in them and tell them you're going to take them to the station, and that terrorizes a lot of people, and the people got to pay you. So thank you so much for that, and I think it's wonderful. Thank you, sir.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Yeah, if you just join us, this is the Gildarie. If you just join us for the first time in this program, if you couldn't make it in 2022 and 2023, this is the Gildarie Freddie Kissoon Show. Every Friday we have a call-in, and we ask you to call in and express yourself, give your commentary, give your analysis, give your criticism. There are people out there who just want to say something that they saw happened, and it should be made public. If you just join us, when I'm reading, if the phone rings, we give priority to the phone, because you don't want the people to get fed up and not come through while we are talking. So here are the ticketable offenses. I will photocopy it. You call me. My cell number is on the screen. Call me, and I think it's very, very important that you just keep this in the car. Just keep it in the car. When they stop you and you show them, but sorry, there's a ticketable offense. Let's take this call. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hi, Freddie.
Yeah.
Not a question. I hope the Guyana Police Force officers watching. Why is it that, and say for example, in Region 5, why is it that vehicles assigned to photo linkers have to go to Plymouth? So I assist Plymouth, and Plymouth have peaks in the night to do their patrol. When people in the district of photo linkers, like Bad Settlement, come back, number 5, come back all the way through, are calling for police, but if patrol roads not selling with those at Blairmont and saying that, you know what happened? They called for backup. And there's no emergency, but they called for backup. And the patrol is down there. Could you shine, why is it that a division has to encounter another division? Or could you get the police, call them into your program, and ask them why is it that the police from one division got to go into another division when there is no emergency? Because this is what is taking people. I don't want to use other words, you know. This is what is causing people to cause the government out. When the Guyana police force, they're using the vehicle for personal use. And it's happening in Blairmont and Fort Wellington in Region 5. I could say it bluntly. Everybody's telling it right now. And they get emergency drinking. And when you take the picture out and lock you up for 3 days or 4 days.
No, they can't lock you up for 3 days or 4 days.
And they do that. They do that and take your phone and they will take out the picture from the phone now. The commander in Region 5 is being controlled by Gildarie. What he said got to happen. I could tell you several weeks now. People are complaining. People have been beaten. People have been fraud. And the police are turned up. When they call the commander, he relaxed. They will come and then somewhere along the line, they will come just now. 3 nights ago, I called the police at Fort Wellington. They said that their vehicle is in Blairmont. When I called Blairmont, said no, the vehicle is not there. When I called back for exam, her name, she said, no, you can't give me name. You got to come to the station. I said, me come over. She said, no. You know, this is what is happening. This is what the citizens, and they're frustrated, and they're blaming the government because of these people within the control that are doing nonsense. But what I want you to do, and I'd be very appreciative for you to ensure, and I know you're a man with stand up for ensure it's happening in every region 5 and 6, Freddie. And I could tell people are getting it nasty on the police force. People even want to call the police if they get murder. People even want to call the police in Morbies, in Fort Wellington, in Blairmont, in Amsterdam. People don't want to call them. They don't turn up. You know when they turn up when they're dead. And somebody can say, how you dead? And they go hold up towards the body and ask, how you know the person dead? That's the nonsense of kind of police force. And I'm not saying they're not doing a good job, but these are people within the local place that are doing it. And Freddie, I want you to implore on this program to ensure that the Commissioner of Police, who I spoke with numerous times about this, but he doesn't care though. These are people who don't care about this. They care about themselves. To ensure that citizens get right. Citizens know what's going on and they back up. Freddie is totally unfair for poor superman for second taxi to go to Fort Wellington knowing no police are there. Then the police will send them a blame us, knowing no police are there. Then they will come home and sit down till morning and already spend 15,000 for taxi when the police are asleep in the barracks.
I can't believe I can't believe what you're telling me.
But I get proof of this.
I thought
get proof that the Region 5 police are not backing up this.
Who's the commander for Region 5?
This fella, man, I know his name a while now, but he's being controlled by Gildarie.
Now who's this? If you can get his name, please call me, right? I will have a word.
You know what I'm saying? The man shot me up with his number. I said we don't call him back.
And you
call me for backup systems.
You can't remember his name?
What shit you telling me? And I delete his number. Because these are the people I call the Commissioner of Police.
Well, how you could delete his number? Anyway, look,
I delete because you're telling me you're the commander of the region. And you telling me don't call your phone. Why would I keep your number in my phone?
If we continue this program for another 50 years, and if any type of government come into this country, even if foreign people from CARICOM run this country, they'll have problems with the police. Everywhere in the world, you have problems with the police.
Live equally.
I've seen...
This government, everybody to live equally. But when you come to regional authorities, they feel they are above the government and they're kingdom of God.
Yeah, I hear your frustration. I'm sure...
I'm talking behalf of me, you know, because I can slap up police and they clap up. I'm talking behalf of the...
No, don't do that. You can't slap up. No, man. You can't say that. Withdraw that. You can't slap. No matter how the police bad, we have to respect their authority. You can listen. Anyway, thanks for coming. Don't ever assault a policeman. A jail term is justified.
Should we allow the police to assault us?
Don't ever assault a policeman. No.
Should we allow them to assault us, sir?
No, they shouldn't assault you, but
should we allow them to assault us?
No, the police assault you, they will be in trouble. But you assaulting the police, that's serious trouble. Don't ever go down that route.
Yeah.
Authorities. Huh?
Charge to them.
Anyway, look, thanks a lot. We've gone beyond the time. Thanks for coming through. Bye-bye. Well, on these call-in programs, you hear all kinds of things. How could somebody justify assaulting her? I mean, in the mind, the police do all kind of nonsense in this country, but you can't assault a policeman. Good evening.
Good evening, Mr. Freddie. Mr. Virginia here. Good night, sir.
Good evening.
A happy New Year to you and Gildarie and your program. And I hope by the creator and the makers that your program continue to be on the air. I was listening to the caller.
I don't think I have long more on the program.
No, well, I don't think you should.
No, I do. I don't know if Gildarie is going to run it himself, but I think I've been reflecting on the program, and I think in a very short while I'll be leaving it. So it may be the Gildarie show. Gildarie is a businessman, and maybe he could finance it. This show is not sponsored, and I think that's the problem. I am spending too much of my own personal money on this program, and I don't. It came a time when I reflect on it, and I decide I'm leaving, because all the calls you make to people, you have to use cell phone. They speak a long time. I have to take my own gas money. I am not working, so I have made that decision that shortly I think Gildarie should continue it, but I can't take my money and use it in gas and phone as I've been doing for the past 19 months. So I should let listeners know I have a very short time left in this program.
Well, being Mr. Virginia in Borbies, and we have over 3,000 plus businesses in Borbies, I will ask that you consider this, but I will go out of my way. If finance has to be the problem to make the show continue, or whatever I can do to advocate it, I will try my best.
No, I think all talk show programs, the company need to have sponsorship, and so the company is paid, and the company pays if the anchors want to accept it. The company pay the host. So I think it's unfair. I think I've been doing my duty the past 55 years to Guyana. I think at my age, I shouldn't run a program for 19 months and have to finance it. No, we're thankful for the studio that we don't have to pay rent and what have you. But you have to spend a lot of money in cell phones calling people, and you have to use gas to drive. But we'll see how it goes. But I'm not optimistic about me continuing. But anyway, Harbour John, forget about me. What is it? You're quite a welcome person on this program. What is it?
In addition to what you said, right?
I should say 61% of your viewers is people abroad. And I have affiliation with people abroad also, but I will have a discussion with you and Gildarie and see how we can take it forward, that it can be financed and that the host, because remember...
No, we don't want it to be financed through patronage or generosity. It has to be in a more formal, bureaucratic way. I think the problem is when we started, Gildarie was busy, I was busy, I do a daily column. We should have solicited sponsorship, but I don't think that's my area. I don't have any expertise in public relations. But anyway,
but that's my area, and I'll do my...
Anyway, let's hear what you have to say.
The Gildarie Freddie Kissoon platform?
Let's say, yeah, anyway.
Very good.
Let's talk about...
In addition to what the caller would have been calling, I think I support to an extent to what he said about how what goes for one should go for all. Guyana Constitution and law is very clear that one should not trample upon, because of power and position. And in a country that in the future we have oil and we are heading to the mass development to be a mini Dubai, we must respect law and order. And the caller was emphasizing about the law enforcement and how it works, and I fully support that. And I had a call from the commander today in Region 6. He invited me to one of the traffic chief of the country will be in Borbis, and he wanted me to be there, which I told him I'll try, but I don't think I can make it because I have other commitments. I can't do it less than 24 hours. But I have my opinion and I'll voice it. But at the end of the day, when guys like us make our suggestion opinion, it's broad-based. It's not what benefits us. Nothing that I do benefits me. It benefits the people. But at the end of the day, Freddie Kissoon is that sometimes local politicians trample upon the law enforcement and affect investigation and good police officers to derail and go the wrong direction. Like the other night you mentioned about a lady with a chicken who purchased a chicken at the Ministry of Agriculture, and the police stopped them, and that should have been end of story once they produced the receipt. In Barbados, there is police officers should execute law and order, which is already mandated by the Constitution of this country. But sometimes police officers want to be judge, jury, magistrate, and everything at the same time when they stop you. And this is what...
It seems like from the call that the police are uncontrollable in Barbados. I don't understand that.
Basically the police, but sometimes they could... I'm not leading all of the police, but local politician is confusing the police. I must give jacket during the 2015-2020. There was a straight line, and I myself would have challenged Ramjit Tanri, former Prime Minister, in a few things, and he said, look, you have to follow the system. I respect that, and I did when it comes to animal cruelty, etc. But if I tell you something, Freddie, and I want the nation to know that if you drive on the public road with a broken light or a broken number plate, you will be charged, but you will still have heavy-duty equipment, such as combine tractors and all these trailers, etc., Wapple green card. They may not have no document, but yet they are allowed to traverse the road. So if Freddie Kissoon or Harbison or Gildarie bought a new vehicle and you touch one of these things, where does you go? One call to X and Y, Z, and then the problem solved. So we must allow the police to do their job, and if we do that, we're going to have a better system. When you have foreigners or locals complaining about a system which is not in line with the law, then you have a problem.
Okay, that's it?
Yeah, and in addition, Freddie, we entered the 2024. We are going into next year. We have election. I want to appeal to your viewers that some of them who has been elected democratically by the constituency to represent people as an NDC councillor or RDC, I want to make an appeal that they continue to represent the people, the constituency, because what happened when an NDC failed and RDC failed, government failed.
Okay. Right. Okay, Abidjan, we should have you on the program sometime next month or later this month.
Yeah.
You come from Berbice, and let's hear what's happening in Berbice.
I will work at what capacity, because I know a little bit of marketing. Once I sit down and discuss it, most of your viewers I can watch right now, and I think you see all of them. Most of them is in the Canada, England.
Okay then, right. Thanks for coming through, Habajan.
I remember the
Right. Okay, I don't know if I'm going to finish reading the ticketable offenses, but I've got too many complaints about policemen stopping people and asking them to go to the station for ticketable offense. I had one call from a friend at Diamond in which he asked the guy to go to the station, and then he went away, and the guy was in the station for some time. And when the guy called me and I asked him what was the matter, it was a ticketable offense. So I stopped at failing to exhibit certificate of fitness, failing to exhibit license for motor vehicle, unlighted motor vehicle front, unlighted motor vehicle rear, unlighted motorcycle front and rear, carrying more persons than the permitted number, more persons on the front seat than the number fixed to be carried thereon, stop it within 30 feet from any corner. Those are things that are ticketable. Sometimes you stop right at the corner and the police come and they tell you drive to the station. I think 7 people have called me to get a copy of the ticketable offense, and I think you should call me and I will make sure you get a copy of this. You know, a long time ago, the Bar Association, I'm talking about more than 30 years ago or 35 years ago, the Bar Association had produced a booklet which was free to share to citizens, in which they outline the rights of citizens when the police stop you, your rights at the station, and these kinds of things. So you should have a copy of this ticketable offense thing. Anyway, those are the ticketable offense, and 7 people have called me. Please call me and keep this document in your glove compartment. From all the calls we have had the past 19 months, the police force is doing its work, but the police force has recalcitrant people. Anywhere you find that. You find nurses that neglect patients. You find public servants that, you know, insult members of the public, but there are police that just do nonsense on the roadways. And if you're busy and you got your place to go, just you commit an offense, just let them give you a ticket. So call us. The number is on the screen there, including my cell number. Offer a comment. Give us a revelation about things that are happening. It seems that the police are doing a lot of nonsense in Berbice. That is one man's description. It doesn't mean that he is right. So call us and let's say we have 20 minutes more to go. Some of the things I want to discuss on the program, I will stop if the phone rings, but these are things I want to talk about. The last caller, Mr. Harbajan from Berbice, says when he goes on to his cell phone, Facebook page, you see a lot of people from overseas that are tuning into the program. And a lot of people from overseas call. But I don't understand why the calls from overseas don't tell us about some of the things that are happening in their own country. A lot of these diaspora people call and they talk about they live outside. I guess they still have Guyana in their heart, but they live outside, they pay their taxes outside, and they would tell us about things that constantly they're carping about things in Guyana. And we'd like to hear how they feel about things in their own country. Now, take, for example, the co-owner of the Starbuck News. The co-owner of the Starbuck News is Isabella de Caries. You know, her father, David de Caries, founded the newspaper and was the majority shareholder. So she wrote a letter a couple of months ago about the horrible traffic situation in Guyana. She said she hasn't been back here for 2 years, and she wrote about the traffic situation. But you know, she should write and tell us about things that are happening in her own country. Now, for example, the UK government is now giving out licenses for oil and gas exploration in the North Sea. Now, this very lady, Isabella de Caries, signed a letter of November the 17th in her paper, the Starbook News, calling for the Guyana government to cease immediately oil production in Guyana because it's harmful to the environment, it's harmful to climate. So she did that, and then she wrote about the traffic situation. But why she doesn't like to tell us what's happening in our own country? Some of these foreign-based Guyanese, they would call and they would criticize Guyana. They have their families there, they pay taxes there, their children are Canadian, American citizens. But you would call and tell us all kinds of problems in Guyana. Now, we know there may be problems. We know there may be some unacceptable things. But you should call in and tell us about some of the things that are happening in your own country. I find it appalling as someone that believes in freedom and believes in people's right to express themselves, that you could lose your job in the United States and people are losing their jobs if they just criticize what Israel is doing in Gaza. There is a saying. Let's take this call. Hello. Good evening. Yes, please lower your volume. You have to lower your volume, show you're listening to. Hello? Hello?
Sorry about that.
Yeah, it creates a feedback. And just raise your voice a little bit for me so I can hear.
Am I on the Kissoon show?
Yes, you're on to the show.
Very interesting topic. I was back home working in that, and it came to my head is that during the years of Porto, during the it was sad people are able to get a true result. And we entrusted Mr. Granger with the job of trying to get the theory. You are the true result, yet trying to get it wrong. I would like you to give some thought to that. Thank you, sir.
Okay, sir. Thanks for coming through.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Okay.
Good. We've got 15 minutes more. It's been calls since the program started. So call in and let us know. You know, we try to assign Friday evenings to these calls, and I, for the past 19 months, have learned a lot from these calls, especially from the diaspora Guyanese. Some of the things they say, some of the things they want from Guyana. Anyway, let's take this call. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Freddie. Once again, I'm very appreciative that I could get you the program several times now.
Sorry about that.
What I want to educate Guyanese about the role of a government and local government, because it doesn't seem like we understand the role of the central government and local government, which is a council also. So I'd be very appreciative if you could use one of your programs, or even now, the few minutes that you have, to educate us about the role of the mayor town council, the role of the NDC, and the role of central government. Because everyone feels central government got to bear everything in this country. No, the mayor and city council collecting rates and taxes. The NDCs are doing the same. So central government doesn't have to bear the burden of these entities. So I'll be very happy if you've been able to enlighten or educate who's listening to know that, hey, if an alley government doesn't have to take care of Georgetown municipality or New Amsterdam municipality or any NDC, they're autonomous to the government. So I'll be very happy for you to do that. Thank you, and do have a blessed rest of the year.
Yeah, you too. You too. Take care. Bye-bye. Well, I think it would defeat, I think the gentleman means well, but it would defeat the purpose of this program if I was to spend time explaining what are the tasks and purposes of central government and municipal government. That would take too long a time, and we have to give priority to the phone calls. But I don't think that that would be appropriate in a program like this to explain. And it's basic what a central government should do and what a municipality should do. I think the caller was trying to make the point that you shouldn't only look to central government. The municipal governments and the local authorities that are constitutionally empowered to do things. Now, I wrote a column on Wednesday, I think Wednesday, on my experience at the Georgetown City Council. And I'll tell you this, the Georgetown City Council is atrocious, repugnant, and is useless. And sooner or later, the Guyana government, in consultation with the people, will have to take a decision on the existence of the City Council. Tuesday was the first working day in Guyana. I went Tuesday morning to pay rates and taxes. A stupid, foolish act on my part, an idiotic act on my part. You know how much rich companies don't pay rates and taxes? Well, what was I doing early morning going to pay rates and taxes? Anyway, you understand, as someone trained in to do right or wrong, you have to pay rates and taxes. I went to pay my rates and taxes. I went there at 8 o'clock. What I saw there is unbelievable, incredible, and sickening. And in my daily column in the Chronicle, I wrote about my experience. There were about 60 persons there. No order, no one from the City Council attending to people, but 40 persons in that line were senior citizens and one cashier. Now, that was the first working day, and people went to give City Council their money. City Council every day say they are broke. This ministry owe them, citizens and paying their rates and tax. They complain about that. And 60 persons went on the first working day to give dozens and dozens and dozens of thousands of dollars, maybe into the millions, to City Council. And they couldn't. People were so disgusted. They left. I left. So City Council didn't get my money. Now, could you understand what in 2024 that you have a municipal government that behaves like that? So the caller was right. Guyanese need a lecture on what are the functions of the municipal government and what are the functions of central government. Every day you hear people criticizing the government. On this program, people call and criticize the government. But I believe in my heart the PPP government would have done better if they had controlled the City Council. From what I saw last Tuesday, people went there to pay their money. give their money to the city council so the city council employees could be paid at the end of the month. And many people just went away. It was just confusion and one teller. So I called the former mayor who brought the line and explained to him what I saw there. You know what the mayor told me 2 days after? That was the situation on Tuesday. On Wednesday, it was the same. So there were no changes. You're going to pay your money to the city council and they're treating you without dignity. That is something that you should find people writing letters about. But all you have is this anti-government cabal that says and preaches an anti-government sermon every day. Now, you know how important the Georgetown City Council is? You're selling a building, you have to get compliance from them. You're building a structure in Georgetown, you have to get approval from them. You have to submit your construction plan. So the Georgetown City Council is a very, very important sub-government. And that is what happened on Tuesday. And we need to highlight these things. I thought I'd bring that up to your attention in case you want to get a description of what happened. It's in my Thursday, I think it's my Wednesday column in the Chronicle. This country needs to do something about the Georgetown City Council. It's not functioning. Mayor after mayor comes. Every 2 years there's election and you vote in the councillors. And that's what you got on Tuesday on. 60 people, senior citizens. Let's take this call. Good evening.
Hi, good evening, Mr. Kissoon.
Yes, good evening, sir.
I wanted to thank you for your steadfast representation of the people. I noticed you talked about the city council, but could you say when last you went to the passport office? My wife had to get her passport renewed, and she's pregnant, but I mean she's about 6 weeks pregnant, and she had to stand in that line from 7 and finish till at 4:30 in the afternoon. Could you believe? I couldn't believe it. And it's strange because I mean I'm a supporter of this government, but during up to time, for some reason they managed to fix that problem. Because when I had to do my passport, which was in I think it was 2017, it took me less than half a day to get it done. And I hope somebody can look into this. I don't know if anybody else or if you have had that experience.
Wait, no. I have had that experience. I see it every day because I go to the national park every morning with my dog. Sometimes I have to pass Camp Street quite often because sometimes I go to the supermarket. I don't have the answer for that. I do believe that you said you're a supporter of the government. I am a supporter of the government. I am a strong admirer of the president. And I think Anil Nandalal is one of the best politicians this country produced. But when we see these things, we have to speak about it because it helps them. I hope government people are listening. Your pregnant wife should not have been subjected to that kind of negative endurance. No, it's wrong to have somebody should have seen that she was 6 months pregnant and give her priority treatment.
So she couldn't go and say that, I'm pregnant, I'm standing in the line here.
No, she should have said that. Oh man, this is depressing news as the new year begin. A 6 month pregnant woman shouldn't have to spend 4 hours for a passport, man. I guess just to submit her passport, right? The application, right?
Yeah, just to renew the passport.
No, man, so this program has been going on for 19 months, and I have to say, these call-in programs are important. But when we started it, I dread it. I dread it because I don't want to hear about some of these things. Why, at my age, I live quite a peaceful life. Why, anyway, thanks for coming through, sir.
If I may, if I may point out what I think the problem is and a possible solution. The problem was that you had to join 3 lines. The first line was for them to verify your document. The second line was for you to pay, and the third was for you to go take your photograph. I think that what they can do is allow you to pay online, submit your documents for them to see, and when you go, one person will verify your payment and everything, and you go and take a picture. And that's it. That you bypass a whole line and the cashier and everything there. And I don't know if they can look into that.
But there's
21st century.
There's another thing they can do. They can have about 10 photographic machines. They can have about 6 cashiers. So even if you go into the building and there's a long set of people, you'll get served quick anyway. Thanks for coming through, sir.
Yes, thank you.
Oh, we lost that caller. Well, we've got 4 more minutes remaining. Thanks for being with us for the past 19 months. These call-in programs, I'm not a believer, I'm not a godly person, but you just pray that some attentive ear is listening. I don't have the answer for why that is happening in the passport. Anyway, hello? You have to lower your volume. We're getting a feedback, sir.
Oh, sorry. Yes, I will do that.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm calling in on the same issue with the passport office today. I was here today.
Oh my, today Friday?
Yeah. Okay, when I started Camp Street, Caripesta, to Camp Street.
Yeah.
There was on QC side, there was vehicle park on the pedestrian side. So I said, okay, I don't know how long I'm going to be there. I'm going to run it up. The point is what I'm trying to say. We go there with the same passport office. We just had to do a pickup. And it took us 3 hours. Are you there?
Yes, I'm listening.
Yeah,
I'm still getting a little feedback. You sure you don't want to lower your phone or your TV right down? Anyway.
Yeah, sorry, yeah. You getting me clear now?
Yeah, very clear, yeah.
Right. So I took a chance and I didn't realize because when I pull in there, there was a lot of car park on the same. There was a space I tried to fit in. 3 hours after we get through, but during that 3 hours, this police came and who was in the car, he take documents and then he check everything, he give back, and he hold your insurance and your driver license.
He can't hold your documents, no. That is why if you're looking at the screen, you can see the ticketable offense. He should have given you a ticket for that.
To be honest with you, I'm a remigrant, so I wasn't sure how these things go. He said, there's no parking, blah, blah, blah. And he said, come to Gildarie.
Oh, my goodness, man.
Yeah, from passport office to Gildarie. It's not a big distance. It's just like a couple of minutes walk around.
Leaving motor vehicle in dangerous position. That's a ticketable offense. You left your vehicle in a dangerous position. That's a ticketable offense. So what happened?
So you need to learn these things. Anyhow, what I want to say to you. So then when he took our documents...
he cannot keep your documents. He has to examine it. In fact, if you don't have, look what the law is. If you don't have a driver's license, it's a ticketable offense. If you don't have certification of fitness, it's a ticketable offense. If you don't have the GRA certificate motor license that you put on your windscreen, it's a ticketable offense. So how could he have asked you to go to Gildarie?
Yes, so when he checked all my documents, he said all the documents is good, but he hold on my insurance and my driver license.
Why?
There was two of them. One was by the name I read from his thing, Mr. Crawford.
Mr. Crawford, okay. You should contact me and let's go to the Gildarie sometime this week or next week. So what eventually happened?
Yeah, so I had to run him back the passport office, tell my wife this is what happened, and I gotta go to Gildarie. So if you finish before me, just walk around from passport office and go to Gildarie office. I'm gonna be there. So while walking going in, Gildarie, it's not Gildarie. Is that Gildarie?
Yeah. The traffic, all of that is called Kingston.
Traffic department area there. So when I was going in there now, I saw him. So I said, Mr. Crawford, because I'm not too... This man Crawford had in his possession your insurance and driver's license? He had it, yes.
And you didn't ask him what he's doing with it?
Well, as I said, I could explain to you, I don't know all the rules. I'm a migrant.
I hope Mr. Crawford is disciplined. I hope someone is listening to this program and call Crawford tomorrow. All he had to do, if you were committing an offense, is to see your documents were in order. And if it's not a ticketable offense, you go to the station and you are bailed. Or you're given, put in your own reconnaissance and you appear in court.
And I think that with how I know it in Toronto 25 days.
Anyway, what happened? Our time is caught up with us.
It's a ticket. And you go your way. And then...
okay, but what happened to you? What happened to you?
So when I pull up there, so I said, I'm trying to be sympathy here. I'm sorry. I'm a migrant. I didn't know all these rules. When I pull up to the passport office, I see these vehicles them on the same parking position, and there was a space. So I'm not was fully knowledgeable about it's an illegal parking because there was several other vehicles.
Anyway, what he said.
Actually, so then he said, there's a no parking here, and come to the traffic department around the car. So I run and tell my way. Anyhow, when I go there now, I tell him, I said, Mr. Crawford, I'm sorry. He said, you this is trouble. You got to do what you got to do. So I don't know, like where my migrant place, there's a taxi service there. So I answered this taxi guy. And I get a little knowledge about it.
Okay, we got to go. Time has come. You make it short. My operator's saying with 3 minutes over time. What eventually happened?
Okay, so let me just close it. So then when he pulled in, he said, I tell him, man, I only have $2,000. Is that I just pay for my passport, blah, blah, blah. And he said, no, he tell the other one, carry him there, put them on the 10,000 station bill, and let go to court. With them that he phone ring, he went there. So I went to the other guy. I said, bro, listen, man, this is how I got 2,000. I collected 2,000 in hand. He gave me back my insurance and my license, and I beat him.
Go, listen, if you are an upright citizen, you will go and complain to the traffic chief tomorrow or a higher police officer. That guy Crawford probably has done that thousands of times. Look, we gotta go. The operator, it's Friday evening, it's 10 o'clock, and we don't want to keep our operators there. It's called labor exploitation. So I gotta go. Please, my My cell phone is on the screen. Please make contact with me. We got to do something with Crawford. I am sure Crawford has done it so many times. Thanks for coming through. You have your phone on. Oh my. Okay, that's about it. Time just flew. We are 4 minutes over time, which means I am guilty of labor exploitation. We gotta go. On Monday, we'll be here with our guest. Time just runs away. Thanks for being with us for the past hour and a half. This was the call-in program. We will see you on Monday. If you just join us in the year 2024 and you weren't with us last year or the year before, this is a live interview program, a live talk show program, the Freddie Kissoon Gildarie show, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays from 8:30 to 9:30, recorded live. Thanks so much. Thanks a million for staying with us for the hour and a half this evening. As I normally say, catch you later. Bye-bye.